everyone. Welcome back. What we're watching, episode 50. TJ,
50.
that's half a century.
50. That's awesome.
350.
It's about 350. That's awesome, though, man.
It is.
Well,
It is.
welcome back.
All right. So I've got an opening statement here. I'm going to be very open and honest with our audience. Okay.
Man, the last time you did this, I started crying, man. Come on.
Well, I might cry this time. Okay. Let me just say this. All right.
All right.
Folks. All right. I am blessed that the people in my life helped me. I will say that I am just so blessed that my brother over here helps me. Tyler does the Cup of Joe on Patreon with me. I work a 40 plus hour full time job. I have a life outside of that with interests. I run 2 podcasts, 3 YouTube channels, a Patreon, and just I know some people of you are out there thinking it, so I'll complete the joke and a partridge in a pear tree. All right. And like I said, I am blessed. Have had more guests agree to be on the podcast this year, branching out, trying different things. I can't say blessed enough. All right. But as far on the backside, all right, the production and all of that, I'm a one-man operation over here.
Yes.
And I get to it when I get to it. That being said, after we record this, which you all will see at some point in a couple of days, I'm going to upload episode 49 to YouTube. Just have not gotten to it yet because of life has been happening, which is fine. It's fine. On that, and I will put it in the description of that video, TJ and I get heavy about Malcolm Jamal Warner. If you're seeing this, you've seen this by now. It gets heavy. And then at the end, we go into some more heavier stuff that came off of something that TJ had seen on Netflix. All right. And we talked about people and separating the art from the artist. And at the time, we talk about someone who since then has died.
Ain't that crazy?
Yes. And I'll say this, TJ, I wear my interests out on my sleeve. I don't hide any of my interests. If I like Dutch shoes, I'll tell everybody I like Dutch shoes. So people know that I have a wrestling podcast and that I like wrestling. So when the biggest story of probably the last 4 decades happens in the middle of a meeting, my phone blows up with everybody saying, what do you think about this? And it's the fact that Hulk Hogan died. All right. Now I'm like, what do you mean? What do I think about this? Because I was honestly like shocked. I was shocked that Hulk Hogan died. It was one of those things. Like I was just shocked, but I'm like, what do I think about him as a performer? What do I think about him as a person? Or what do I think that he died? I'm sure they checked a lot. I'm sure he is dead. I'm not going to Tampa to check and see if Hulk Hogan's dead. I'm sure he's dead. All right. Now, TJ, I want to say this because I heard the best thing yesterday. Okay. And it took me back. I had to sit down. This guy, I hope I can find it again. If so, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
He's doing this radio show, and I've seen him before, and I'm like, that guy looks familiar, but I don't know who he is. All right. Okay. And he's like, oh man, I'm getting like my phone is blowing up. I'm getting 800 messages. And, then he's making a joke, when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, you got to take a sip. And he's like, no, Hulk Hogan died. And he goes, everybody knows about Hulk Hogan. I've met him like once. I didn't know Hulk Hogan, but I know people that know him. And they say that he was better than his bad decisions. And I'm going to tell you what, TJ, when it's my time and I go, I hope somebody says that about me. Because everybody's like, Joey, you're a better person than this person, or you're a better person. I have done bad things and I have made bad decisions. But I hope at the end of the day, the people who are left who love me or at least respect me say he was better than his bad decisions.
That is a beautiful thought, my guy. That is a beautiful thought. It's wild to think because I forgot the conversation that we had because I was so taken back by the Malcolm Jamal Warner aspect of the conversation that we were talking about at the beginning, and then for us to talk about the documentary, bringing up the doc at the end of the episode, mentioning Terry, he was alive at the time, and
Absolutely. And we talked about that exact thing, separating the art from the artist.
Yes. And it was about specifically Vince, but we talked about Terry at the time as being a part of that doc. And wow, like not even 2 days later, for that to have happened. But again, separating the art from the. Go ahead, bro.
But this is my week. Okay, Malcolm Jamal Warner dies.
Yeah.
Which just that's Theo. That is Theo Huxtable. Yes. I grew up with Theo. Theo was a little bit older than me.
Right.
But I was there with Theo for 8 years. Like I said, I grew up with Theo.
Right.
All right. Tuesday, TJ, there was a guy who loved Hulk Hogan. I don't know if he changed his name to this or if this was already his name. He cosplayed Hulk Hogan. He ran an ice cream truck that blared the Hulk Hogan music. It had Hulk Hogan on the side. They're like he was a fixture in Detroit. His name was Roddy Hogan. Tuesday, he died. All right.
Right.
Wednesday, Ozzy Osbourne dies.
Right.
Thursday, I'm in that meeting. Hulk Hogan dies. 2 hours later, I'm getting something to eat. Chuck Mangione dies.
Chuck Mangione feels so good.
At the Megalomart.
Right. And bro, like King of the Hill, man. And I was just talking to him.
Coming back a week from Monday. Yeah.
That's it. I was talking to my partner about it. And I'm like, yo, this show coming back after 15 years off the air or whatever. We got Dale gone, John Redcorn this summer gone, and now Chuck a week out gone. Man, like I said it. I said this tongue in cheek. I was like, wouldn't it be crazy? Because we watch all these sci-fi movies with all these fictitious storylines, but wouldn't it be crazy if some scientist that's doing something with dissecting atoms or whatever they're doing with their science accidentally fast forwarded the world 5 years, and that's why we're losing so many people? Like it's ridiculous, man, just to think that all these people are just.
Well, look, the past 2 weeks it's been a meme out that says, what if one person's able to go back in time and they keep trying to fix 2020, but they keep just making it worse. And so they keep having to go back and they just keep making it worse. And they're like, I need to stop. But now they can't stop because now they would have to stop themselves from stopping themselves from trying to make it worse. So,
and I think I saw, and I shared this, I don't know if it's real or not. They're doing a Married with Children reunion.
And you see, I heard that was not real because they made a pilot for a cartoon. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not, but I knew
they did, but then Fox did not pick it up. Everybody was voicing their character too. Yeah,
Christina Applegate has retired from the game because of her. She has MS, I think it is.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew she was out of the game, so I was like, that would be very difficult to do if she's out of the game. But I know Kathy Segal or Segal. Look, she's Katie still Segal, good.
Yeah,
Katie Segal, aka Gemma Teller from Sons of Anarchy. Man, she's a talented woman. I just wanted to say that. I'm giving flowers while Katz is alive to receive them. Doggone it. That's what I'm. Let's do that.
July 24th, 2015. The other parts of the Hogan sex tape are leaked out. The bad parts, where he was just talking. He had been a coach on Tough Enough at the time. He's released from that. and temporarily removed from the WWE Hall of Fame 10 years later to the day he dies.
Wow.
Yep. And have you ever heard about the Gawker thing? The whole sex tape? Do you know about that?
So I am familiar that there is a sex tape. I never saw it, never heard any audio from it. I wasn't one that was chasing them to hear it. But I do know there's a documentary on Netflix about it, and I've got it on my list to watch. I actually had it on my list to watch prior to him passing. So, yeah.
Not a friend of mine, a guy I know of, is on that. His name is David Bixenspan, and he talks about that. And you might know this person, having lived in Florida for a while. Hulk Hogan had a buddy. His name was Bubba the Love Sponge. Is his nom de plume. His real name is Clem something or something.
Right.
Clem is in there somewhere. All right.
Got you.
It was Bubba the Love Sponge's wife at the time. I do not believe that they are still married, who Hulk Hogan was engaging in sexual relations with.
Gotcha.
And he was recording it. Bubba was recording it. I don't know if that's something that they were just doing or whatever. Gawker gets it and throws it up there. And Hulk Hogan at the time had no money.
Right.
And he's like, I can't do this. And they're like, well, we got you. We're going to put it on there, and there's nothing that you can do about it. I hope you enjoy having a sex tape out about you. And he's like, I can't afford to fight it. I have no money to hire a lawyer. And they're like, we know, so we're just going to do what we do. Now, previously to that, they had outed a man named Peter Thiel as being gay, and he was not ready to become gay. Now, Peter Thiel had one thing Hulk Hogan did not, and that was a boatload of money. And he says, I will finance you suing them on one condition and one condition only. And Hulk Hogan says, what's that? We don't settle. If we go to trial and we lose, I lose everything, but we do not settle. He said, bet. Because Hulk Hogan at this point has nothing to lose. They go and find a dream team, and they sue Gawker out of business. Gawker lost big time. And they had to pay all this money, and they liquidated right then. In fact, I don't think he ever got any of his money. He might have gotten some, but and all that. And everybody associated with Gawker, TJ, yesterday says, good on him. He put us out of business. Not saying anything that they had done. And they were getting ratioed heavy on Twitter. They're like, you do realize what happened. Nobody is sticking up for what he said on that tape. But you all brought this on yourselves. Your boss did.
Y'all are out of business because y'all exploited the guy, right?
The same boss who on the stand says, is there anybody whose sex tape you wouldn't put out? He goes, yeah, a child. They're like, a child of what? If they're 4 and under, we won't release their sex tape. He says that. And it's all over that doc. You need to watch that doc, man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, the first 14 minutes, this went to a thing. But let me just say this, PJ, and I'm going to clean this up a lot because I don't need anybody falling on us. All right, you and I both went through something where we had the infamous moment where it's, hey, TJ, can I ask a question? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
In that situation, I went through a lot of emotions. And one of the emotions that I went through was anger at a certain person. And I guess you can figure out who that person was. It's who we were talking about at the time.
Yeah.
I felt the same way towards Terry Bollea, not Hulk Hogan. Like, this was somebody I looked up to who let me down. That's it. But again, I only know what was out there. And I hope that when it's my time to go, that they say I was better than my bad decisions.
Here's what I've learned in my life, and I think that I try to live by this now. First off, and I have this on my Facebook. I keep my Facebook numbers low. It's whatever. The TJ that you knew is not the TJ that I am now. Period. That's flat out. So if you're holding me to the mistakes that you saw me making, I'm sorry. I can't apologize anymore for those mistakes. But I'm not that guy anymore, and I'm not making those mistakes anymore. The life that I live now is transparent. I'm not making those mistakes anymore now. So if you know me now, great, congratulations. I just I but even then, when my time is up, bro, I I'm not. It's weird. It's like I got the BGs right now, and I don't know if it's because of this conversation or if it's because of a bad burger I ate earlier. It's just mortality is weird, and this week has just been so topsy-turvy because I'm seeing somebody that had a big influence on my life in Theo. I'm seeing Hulk Hogan, and then looking at Terry. It's all different. It's all different, and it's all just so much to process, and it's just like Tarian Johnson's going to go one day, and however you feel about Tarian Johnson is how you feel about him. And if you had the opportunity to tell Tarian Johnson that you cared about him when he was alive and you didn't, don't say anything in his absence. But if that's what you have to do for you, then do whatever you got to do to get past it. I can't tell you how to process anybody's death. I'm just saying, don't do it for me. It ain't for me.
Right.
It ain't for me.
3 thoughts. You just made me think of it. So I wrote them down, TJ. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at it because you know how we are. Or you know how I am. Number one, I think for a lot of people, because I did not know personally any of these people. Right. But
we create image.
Right. But it's also people this week, we are seeing our childhoods.
Yes.
In effect, die.
Yes.
I can go every single episode of The Cosby Show. I can watch all these Hulk Hogan matches and relive my childhood, but it is not the same because they are gone. I can listen to Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath, and I can listen to Chuck Mangione, but they're gone. Because I told you when I went to my godson's graduation, I think I sent you a text. I'm like, dude, that band is playing some Chuck Mangione.
Playing some Mangione.
Yeah. And then what you were saying about not being the same, TJ. I've heard it. Don't judge me by my past. I don't live there anymore.
I don't live there anymore.
And I have realized this. Let's say Joey dies Monday. Okay. And my funeral is the next Monday for whatever reasons. And there are going to be people who wake up. My funeral's that Monday afternoon. There are people going to be waking up and, oh, I got to take the dog to the vet and it's raining and I just can't make it. But Joey knows how I felt about him. He knows I love him and he would understand. And there's other people. I don't care if Joey's funeral is on Christmas afternoon in Antarctica. I'm not missing it. I have been both of those people, TJ, and I'm trying to learn to be the second one.
There will be people when I am gone that will celebrate, that will be glad that I am no longer on this earth. And the thing about it is I don't have any interaction with these people. They don't see me on a daily basis, but they will still celebrate when I am no longer of the mortal coil. Then there will also be people who are sad. There are going to be people that are pissed that I'm not having a funeral. How dare TJ not have a funeral?
TJ, I also realize this, and then folks, we're going to get to Lethal Weapon 3. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I also realize this, TJ. All right, I'm gonna break my bond with you just a little bit because when it comes, I'm gonna pour one out, but I'm gonna pour out orange juice for you. He don't want this anyway. Some
put Pope all in that shit because he don't want it anyway. You can pour all that Pope out, man. I'm saying. Saying pour all of it.
But we've been 20 minutes just doing what we do. But
Yeah,
Lethal Weapon 3 is a 1992 American buddy cop action film directed by Richard Donner and written by Jeffrey Boam and Robert Mark Kamen. The sequel to Lethal Weapon 2. It's the third installment in the Lethal Weapon film series and stars Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, Joe Pesci, Rene Russo, and Stuart Wilson. In Lethal Weapon 3, LAPD Sergeants Martin Riggs and Roger Murtaugh pursue Jack Travis, a former LAPD lieutenant turned ruthless arms dealer during the 6 days prior to Murtaugh's retirement. Riggs and Murtaugh are joined by Leo Getz, as well as Internal Affairs Sergeant Lorna Cole. The film was the box office success, grossing over $320 million worldwide. It was the fifth highest grossing film of 1992 and the highest grossing installment in the series overall. The film was followed by Lethal Weapon 4 in 1998. A week before his retirement, LAPD Sergeant Roger Murtaugh and Sergeant Martin Riggs are demoted to uniform duties after failing to defuse an office building bomb. Now, let me tell you this. If it's Joey and TJ, oh, don't worry. I'm waiting for the bomb squad. Let's go in there and see what's happening.
Nope.
All right. Let's say TJ is able to talk Joey into the building. Once we find that car, what is that in there? Oh, don't open the door. Let's walk back. Cat, you got 4 legs. You need to come with me.
This is why I told you if TJ is in a movie, it's not a movie. Now, TJ will be in films playing other characters. That's why his name ain't TJ. But if TJ is in a movie, hey, TJ, there's a bomb in there. There's a what in there? No, it's all good. The bomb squad's on the way. How far out on it? 8 minutes. How long has the bomb got on it? 7 minutes. Oh, shit, y'all might want to clear out. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going in there. What?
What is this perimeter? I don't think we're out far enough. grab that sawhorse. We're gonna pull it back another couple of.
Get these pedestrians back. They seem too close.
But Riggs is like, look, I got it. All right. He opens it. First of all, never open the door.
It's a bomb.
He's like, Murtaugh, open that door over there. And he does it. I'm like, look, if I need to see this bomb, I'm gonna look over your shoulder. You don't already
open the door. I can't hear you open the door. Okay. What? No.
I'm gonna cut the red wire. Never cut the red wire. Never.
I thought you said you was cutting the blue wire. Did I say blue?
Did I say blue?
I meant red.
So they get busted. All right. Back down to uniform, walking the beat. They go out. All right. Now let me say this, folks. You may not think about it, but jaywalking is real. You can get a ticket for jaywalking. My man pulls up. They don't know how to write the ticket and all that. And he's like, and all that. And finally, they're like, get on out of here. He runs back in the street. And I'm like, damn, don't go that way. Go down. I was mad. I was mad for them, TJ.
I was mad for the guy. Listen, triggers be damned. Y'all ain't got to make fun at my expense. I mean, I get that y'all about to let me off with a warning for jaywalking. I get that. You ain't got to pull your gun on somebody.
No.
And that's exactly what Riggs did.
And he's like, look. He's like, no, you need to go. My partner.
My partner's a little bit crazy.
I'll say this. Like I was upset about him, but reconsidering that you're right, he did pull his gun. I'm running anyway. Not that.
Now that man's about to get hit by a car, and you know those cabs, they don't stop.
Oh no. No. They witnessed the theft of an armored car. And he's like, because if it's you forgot you forgot the sign here. And I know that. I have been in that situation before. Listen, I'll jump on the hood of this car, but you got to sign this.
You're gonna sign this money.
And then the other truck just straight up pulls up. They helped to thwart the crime assisted by armored car driver Dolores. All right, now
That's my best friend.
First of all, Riggs jumps on that other car and he's going, and she's like, "Jump in, baby, we going." Now I understand that she is comedic relief, but she just straight up sexually assaults that man. She puts her hands on him in his crotch area. TJ.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And she, you know what? Kudos to her for putting her estrogen on this film, because I am tired of seeing Riggs sexually assaulting all these women, and now we get to see some estrogen doing it to some testosterone. Murtaugh deserved what he got, and she sang to him while she was doing "Breakaway." Sing it to him, girl. Sing it to. I was feeling all of it. She was singing it. Oh, she was singing. Yes.
Yeah, I understand that. My man got Darlene Love at home.
He does. He really does.
He got Darlene Love.
Now that I said that part, now that I said all that for the fun of it, that was fun. That was fun. It was fun. But you knew. He had to. She wanted to make him uncomfortable. We like making Raj feel as uncomfortable as possible.
She sure did. And she's like, I mean, she's driving. She's like, "I'm a road warrior, baby." And she's driving, right? And she looks at him. Because at first, she's like, just take, oh, yeah. You something else. Hey, baby.
You married. He said 24, 27 years.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah. But is you happy? But is it right?
One of the two thieves gets away, but the other is taken into police custody. Uh-oh. The suspect is a known associate. I told her, it's my wife. I told her I was recording.
Telling you to bring some orange juice home.
I'm home.
No pulp, low acid.
Oh, you need that low acid.
It's good. Now that I know they make it, I was just buying no pulp. But the last time I went, I had a little tickle in my throat. I saw they had no pulp and low acid. I said, man, y'all doing too much. Y'all have me drinking orange juice every Tuesday.
The suspect is a known associate of Jack Travis, a former LAPD lieutenant who is running the local arms smuggling ring. The thieves were using armor-piercing bullets. Riggs and Murtaugh are re-promoted and assigned to work with Sergeant Lorna Cole from Internal Affairs to track down Travis. Now, Riggs is up in that elevator, and he's like, that's all right. You got that secret bank account.
You logged it, it's yours.
And she's just rolling her eyes. She knows what he's doing.
But again, the name of the game is let's make Raj as uncomfortable as possible.
Right. Travis has negotiated with Mobster Tyrone regarding his arms deal. The thief that escaped is brought to Travis, who kills him for putting the police on his trails. And he's like, no, Tyrone. See, the good part about this, we can write our initials on it afterwards. Because at first, TJ, I was like looking at it, but I missed the part where they were holding it down. I'm like, dude, you're going to die, but stand up. He's like, well, I didn't know the guy was like leaning on it.
Literally leaning. He wasn't letting them get up. He was holding them down. I thought that they were going to shoot him.
Right. I did
because somebody was holding a gun on him, but no, they were just holding the foot on him, so they're going to suffocate him in the cement. But Tyrone is a better person than me because he took those racial jokes in stride. He took them in stride.
Travis then uses his old police credentials to enter the interrogation room and kill the suspect in custody before he can be interviewed. Now, TJ, last week, I'm driving back from main campus over here to where I live, and the associate director's riding with me. He doesn't drive, and I was giving him a ride back. It was a hot day. We get out, and we hear fire truck coming by. I'm like, that sounds close. It sounds like they're coming over here. And then I looked, and the police are over on the building that my office is in. And in the summertime, I'm the only one in there. So we go to check it out, and the firemen are all in there, and they're going in, and police are all in there. There is a policeman, policewoman, police person at the door. And she said, "Are you trying to get in here?" I said, "Yes, I'm." I told her who I identified. "I'm sorry, I can't let you in here, even though I work in there." All right.
Right.
She should work at this, because homeboy was wearing his thing, but not, and he's just like doing a quick flash of all this. And they're like, he's like, "I need to see Billy." "Oh, Billy. Yeah, he's in interrogation room 4. Now, look, you're going to take the third left on that side. And here, let me draw you a map. You got a gun? You need some more bullets? Here, just hand it here. I'll give you some good armor-piercing bullets. Let me just put those in there for you and all that. You need an escort? I know the way. Have a good day." My man is just walking through and all of that. 2 films before, Murtaugh says gun, and they ran like, "Who got the gun?" This guy's like, "Billy, is that you?" Bop, bop.
Bro, I again, movies being movies,
Right.
because movies being movies, and I have to laugh at it because there is this laissez-faire attitude sometimes. Bro, we just had in our last film, 7, 8 cops murdered by the South Africans?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And now we're allowing ex-cops to willy-nilly walk around to interrogation rooms with witnesses just willy-nilly?
This is what he was doing, though, TJ. He knew where the cameras were. Look at him again.
That's it.
However, closed circuit cameras have been installed in the station, and Cole manages to confirm Travis's identity. We had him in the interrogation room, and homeboy was like, "Hi, Billy."
With that silencer.
Right.
I will say I did this first movie that featured that silencer.
Right. But it will not be the last one. They've been using that silencer for a while. While the three are reviewing the footage, their friend Leo Getz, whatever you want, Leo Getz, who has been helping Murtaugh sell his house, arrives and recognizes Travis from prior business deals. Murtaugh, Riggs, and Getz narrowly miss capturing Travis at a hockey match, and Getz is wounded. On the ice, "Roger, I'm cold. I'm going, Roger. I'm going. I'm
dying.
going.
I'm dying.
It's so cold." "Leo, you're on ice."
Oh.
Getz mentions a warehouse Travis owns, which might be where he has stored his arms shipment. Riggs and Murtaugh contact Cole for backup before they raid the warehouse and stop at a food truck to wait for her. While waiting for their food, they witness a drug deal in an attempt to stop it. Murtaugh kills the gunman who fired at them. That little machine gun comes out of the little shed or wherever he was at.
Now, is this before or after was it Renee? The daughter.
This is after. You're talking about
her commercial or her movie.
Her scene. Rianne.
Yes.
It's right after that, because Riggs thinks she's getting held up, and he's
Superman.
The guy. Yeah,
he's super. Like he jumped and like he really did a Superman thing. Like he jumped and tackled the guy hard.
She gets fired, and Riggs
and he
like,
whooped the director's ass.
If this was a bad day, you'd get punched. Boom! It's a bad day.
It's a bad day. Murtaugh said, "Don't push him." He kept pushing him. So Riggs, quick punch, chop to the throat, slapped him down. Give her a raise. She's hired. Nice. That was smooth. My bad. Yes, go back.
Murtaugh recognizes the gunman, Daryl, as a close friend of his son, Nick. With Murtaugh emotionally distraught, Riggs and Cole head to the warehouse and secure his next armed shipment delivery. That night, Riggs and Cole have sex after comparing bullet wounds and all of that. Riggs later finds a guilt-ridden Murtaugh drunk in his boat and consoles him in time for Daryl's funeral. I slept with somebody. You slept with Rianne. No, I slept with Officer Cole. From Traffic? No, his daughter. I laughed out loud from that. That's his daughter. Oh, his daughter. Sheriff's Department. What are y'all doing? They flip the badges.
Have a little kiss. Oh, all right.
Daryl's father insists that Murtaugh finds the person responsible for giving Daryl the gun after the mother slaps him. Now he sells it good. I thought he was going to slap her back though. The way he kind of turns back, I'm like, don't hit her.
Because I feel like for a moment he thought he was in The Color Purple. For a moment, he had a flashback to when he was another actor. He was another character in a movie. He thought he was,
as he turns, he's turning back and like, they don't know I'm sorry.
They don't know. He's like, he saw Whoopi Goldberg for a minute.
He sure did. But then he turns back and he's like, oh, he's more like Oprah's character. And then he's like, wait. That was 4 movies ago. Wait, what year is it?
What year? Oh. But no, and then we get a montage of them finding where the gun comes from.
Yes.
Because, Tyrone wasn't going down for anybody. I knew Tyrone wasn't going down for anybody. Tyrone did not seem like the type that was going to go down for Jack.
Murtaugh drags that first guy out of his house and puts the gun up to his face. Riggs is covering him from the car. Cole is in the car with a shotgun. She's like, look, I'll spread it all of you. Murtaugh's going down too. Cole finds Daryl's gun, the armor-piercing bullets, and the arms they recovered were originally in police custody, meant to be destroyed, and Travis stole them. They revoke his credentials from the system. They further tie the guns to Tyrone and interrogate him. Tyrone directs them to an auto garage from where many of his henchmen work. Riggs, Murtaugh, and Cole manage to arrest several of the men. Cole's like, I got this. Honey, do you want me to say? I got this. Watch this. Watch this, bro. Watch this. Riggs, Murtaugh, and Cole arrest several of the men. Meanwhile, Travis has one of his men hack into the computer system to find another armed storage area. To steal the guns using Captain Murphy's credentials, he forces Murphy under gunpoint to take him to this new facility. All right. Now, before this, again, that poor psychologist, she shows up at the right times, says the right questions. I know this is a hard time for you. I've got time now if you need to talk. And I mean, they do everything but like put a clown wig on the woman and point and laugh at her.
They treat her like crap.
And then Dolores also shows up and she's and she's got the thing. And Riggs is like, he's actually cowering under the desk. And she don't believe him. And he puts the jam in her jelly roll. Yeah, PJ. More on that later. I found something out about that. More on that later. They force Murphy under gunpoint to take him to this new facility. Murphy's like, Jack, oh, come on. You're not going to do this. And they're like,
worst captain ever.
Cole finds the evidence of hacking in Murphy's absence, and the three, along with rookie cop Edwards, intercept Travis. Now, let me say this, all right? Mm-hmm. In a situation, I'm Edwards. I hope it never gets to that point, but it's like, all right, we're going. The three of us are going to check this bright, shiny area down by the beach, Joey. Yeah. You see that dark, rickety stairs down to that dark basement? How about you check that? I felt like that was Edwards in this thing. You know, stay behind. No, wait. Go in between. I feel like Edwards, like as they were getting out, Edwards like, I don't feel so good, but I don't know why.
Don't feel the safest.
They managed to rescue Murphy and stop Travis and his men before he can take the weapons, but Edwards is killed during their pursuit.
Feel sorry for the young kid.
Because it's like, I love being a cop. Doesn't this uniform look good on me? I sure admire you all. Hey, can I go too?
Sure. Happy birthday, you young bastard.
Getz provides information on the housing development owned by Travis's shell company. My man, they shaved him. They shoot his two tires.
They do. They notice Leo comes through because what does Leo do? Leo gets what you need, right? So Leo gets them the information on the warehouse. Leo gets them the information on the housing development. And all they do is run trash on them. Leo even gets them a buyer for the house. Come on.
Filled with termites.
It's a dump.
And look, they're like, Leo, shut up. And Leo was right. You have to disclose everything that happened.
Everything.
Leo was showing them the point. You see this right here? Yeah, crazy guy ran right right here. Menaced the entire family.
Bathroom upstairs, completely remodeled. Why? Bomb situation.
But he's right. You have to disclose everything.
Oh, that's right. A guy did die above the garage, didn't he? Did you get permits for that? No, I didn't. I guess I got to call and get some backdated permits for that, don't I?
Because whatever you want, Leo gets. Riggs, Murtaugh, and Cole infiltrate the site at night and enter a gunfight. Riggs sets the construction site on fire, and most of Travis's men are killed, while Travis wounds Cole. When Travis uses a bulldozer to chase down Riggs, using its blade as a bullet shield, Murtaugh tosses Daryl's gun, now loaded with armor-piercing bullets, to Riggs, who shoots and kills Travis through the blade. All right, Travis almost harder to kill than Mr. Joshua.
He was. I thought it was smart. If you're gonna drive at somebody, that there's a shield protecting you, and up until that point, if he was using regular bullets, you're protected,
right?
But we've now introduced a new gun, right? Because we have our office theme now. We've introduced the gun now. We have to use it,
right?
So we have the armor-piercing rounds, and not only do we have them, but we have our main man, Danny Glover, yelling it out. Hey, Riggs, armor-piercing rounds, cop killers.
I'll say this, since we have gone through that entire series, Travis reminds me of Johnny Sack when they come for him. He's like, look, I'm out of shape and I smoke, but you're gonna earn your money today taking me down.
You're gonna earn this one. Because even after he shot him, he wasn't dead yet. He still said, go to hell. I'm not done yet.
After learning that Cole wore 2 layers of Kevlar vest, Riggs admits his love for her as she is taken away in a chopper. And somewhere, Rita, underneath the water, no, he pulled her out. It's like, no love for me, Riggs? You stalked me. You found me in a grocery store. You got me killed, Riggs. She kisses you twice.
That's it.
And you love her.
Because y'all compared wounds, huh? Because she took us 12 gauge to the stomach. You know what that means? She gets shot a lot, Riggs.
Also notice she can't breathe underwater either, Riggs. Put that in your straitjacket and smoke it.
Dislocate your shoulder for that one, Riggs.
The next day, Murtaugh's family is celebrating his retirement. Back in the bathroom, I got a cake.
This man gets no privacy when his family is home. Like they have, but his wife was kind enough to
she covered him.
She draped the towel, but Leo does not care. He gonna move the bubbles around and mention that the water's cold.
What you got in there? What's happening?
What's going on with that cold water?
I found a buyer for this termite infested house. We're staying, and I'm not quitting the force. Leo's
For at least
like,
10 years.
You're going to pay me for them 2 tires because I pay you. Murtaugh reveals to Getz that he has decided to not sell the house and stay with the force, preserving his partnership with Riggs, who knew that he won't go and retire.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like, I just, she kissed me. I didn't kiss her, Rianne. He's like, I'm going to go pick up Sergeant Cole this afternoon at the hospital. Traffic cop? No, his daughter.
And then we get our first Lethal Weapon post-credit scene.
We do. Oh, I forgot. I meant to put it in there. I forgot. Our man comes back, TJ. Told you should have waited for the bomb squad. He's in the bathroom. You know she's internal affairs, don't you? My man just putting it all out there. We told you to wait for the bomb squad. He's internal affairs. This is the men's bathroom.
Oh, man.
No, it's fine. I'm not going to touch it. We're just going to take it. I'm just going to take a look. Boom. Back that up. You don't think they saw us, did you? You don't think they saw us, did you? The movie was filmed from October 1991 to January 1992. Richard Donner, an animal rights and pro-choice activist, placed many posters and stickers for these causes in the film. Of note are the T-shirt worn by one of Murtaugh's daughter. It was the actress's idea to wear the shirt. An 18-wheeler with an anti-fur slogan on the side and a sticker on the locker at the police station. In the film's first scene, Riggs accidentally sets off a bomb that destroys the ICSI building. The ICSI building was actually the former City Hall building of Orlando, Florida. Located at the intersection of Orange Avenue and South Street in downtown Orlando, Warner Brothers decided to use the destruction of the building in the film, and as a result, paid $500,000 for the demolition. From August to October 91, the production crew fitted the old Orlando City Hall building, featuring the opening scene with carefully placed explosives to create the visual effect of a bomb explosion. Bill Frederick, then mayor of Orlando, Florida, was the policeman who sarcastically claps and yet said bravo to Murtaugh and Riggs after the explosion.
Awesome.
The building was demolished so that it would collapse slightly forward towards Orange Avenue, minimizing the chances of it damaging the new City Hall building built directly behind it. The space was cleared out and became a plaza for the new City Hall with a fountain and a monument. The film's climax scene, where an under-construction housing development is set ablaze, was filmed at an unfinished housing development in Lancaster, California. The unfinished houses, which had been sitting abandoned and slated to be torn down, were coated with flame retardant and propane gas lines to ensure that the houses could withstand reshoots. The original homes were eventually demolished and was eventually redeveloped into another housing development. During the closing credits, Riggs and Murtaugh drive up to an old hotel where another bomb has been placed. Before they're doubles, can exit the car, the bomb explodes and destroys the building. The hotel was actually the former Serena Hotel in downtown St. Petersburg, Florida. The film's producers agreed to help with the cost of the 68-year-old building's implosion for the purposes of their film.
Nice.
On November the 26th, 1991, NHL game between the Los Angeles Kings and the Toronto Maple Leafs at the Great Western Forum served as the basis of a hockey scene featured in the movie. The league allowed production to capture the real-life action, although goaltender Kelly Hrudey eventually became annoyed with the additional lights used by the crew and asked filming to stop. The NHL also let Donner stage part of the scene where Riggs commandeers the arena's PA system to lure out Jack Travis. During the game's second intermission, it was completed in 2 takes.
Nice.
However, the director was not allowed to film the segment where Riggs chases down Travis onto the ice that evening. It was completed after a Kings practice. In closer shot, these sequences used extras dressed in unlicensed jerseys that only roughly resemble those worn by the actual teams. A contemporary AP report cite Lethal Weapon's excessive violence as the reason why the NHL limited its collaboration. However, the organization took a relaxed stance towards the more intense sudden death a few years later. The Los Angeles Kings later featured in a season 3 episode of the Lethal Weapon TV series entitled What the Puck.
Okay.
Lethal Weapon 3 made $33.2 million during its opening weekend. The $35 million film was a box office success, earning $145 million. Although slightly less than $150 million domestic gross of the first sequel, it was nevertheless the second most successful film of the summer of '92 after Batman Returns, and the fifth most profitable film of the year, as well as the highest grossing in the film series worldwide with $320 million. All right. This is my favorite trivia fact for this entire film. After the film's success, Warner Brothers head Robert A. Daly bought Land Rovers for Gibson, Glover, Pesci, Russo, Donner, Bohm, and producer Joel Silver. Daly later said it cost us $320,000 to buy those Land Rovers, and we were criticized left and right for the expense. And do you know what it got us? Lethal Weapon 4, which made $285 million. I mean, you buy me a Land Rover, I'll star in Lethal Weapon 4.
Big time facts.
On the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, 60% of 47 critics' reviews are positive, with an average rating of 5.6 out of 10. The website's consensus read, Murtaugh and Riggs remain an appealing partnership, but Lethal Weapon 3 struggles to give them a worthy new adventure as it cranks up the camp along with mean-spiritedness. Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned the film a score of 40 out of 100 based on 26 critics indicating mixed or average reviews. Roger Ebert awarded it 3 out of 4 stars. Murtaugh's boat is called Code 7, which is the LAPD code for a lunch break.
Nice.
When Lorna Cole says the Riggs closes a lingerie shop without the front window, Riggs doesn't know how to react to the comment. This was an ad lib by actress Renee Russo. So not only does the character not get it, actor Mel Gibson doesn't get it either. Carrie Fisher was an uncredited script doctor on the film, so she worked on the script. Leo Getz was originally not in the script, and all of his scenes were written in afterwards. In the original script, Leo had left Los Angeles for New York City. A scene which was cut from the theatrical cut of this movie, but restored in the director's cut, was a scene that took place between the scene where Riggs and Lorna compare scars and wound and the scene where Riggs finds Murtaugh out on his boat. It shows Riggs at his beachside trailer, which is undergoing some kind of renovation, on his couch watching a Three Stooges movie with both Sam and the dog from the warehouse. The contractor McGee, who worked on Murtaugh's hobby room in Lethal Weapon 2, also appears in the scene as the contractor performing the renovations to Riggs' trailer. Later in the scene, Rianne drives over to the trailer and tells Riggs of her concern about Roger not coming home the previous night.
Which will make Riggs go to the boat. Got you.
This is the only movie in which there is no mention of Riggs' late wife, but he still wears his wedding ring, which appears in all 4 films. When Riggs and Murtaugh are reinstated, Lorna makes the same face to Riggs, crossing only one eye, that Riggs makes to Dr. Stephanie Woods during the bathroom bomb scene in Lethal Weapon 2. This is the only Lethal Weapon film that does not feature the villains threatening Murtaugh's family or breaking into their house. Robert De Niro was considered to play Jack Travis. After the building explosion, which they are busted down to patrolmen, Riggs and Murtaugh argue over which wire Riggs cut, having forgotten which wire he cut. During the incident, Riggs swapped which wire he was going to cut, first saying blue, then switching in the middle to red. In the pan and scan version, it is unclear which wire that he cut. However, in the widescreen version, it's clear that Riggs cut the red wire. During the armored car chase, Dolores, the excitable driver of the armored car chasing after Riggs, refers to herself as a road warrior. The road warrior character from Mad Max, and the road warrior, as well as this follow-ups, is the role that made Mel Gibson famous in North American audiences. In this film, the bomb squad leader is referred to as Becker by Riggs. In the previous movie, the same actor played the bomb squad leader, only that time he was called Jarvis. Though it's never explained, it's conceivable that both films are correct, and his name is Jarvis Becker or Becker Jarvis.
Jarvis Becker sounds better. I like that.
Winona Ryder was the first choice for the role of Lorna, but Joel Silver felt that Ryder was too young for the role. Against Silver's wishes, Richard Donner offered her the part anyway. She turned it down due to her being busy shooting Dracula, and because she had no interest in doing action movies. Joan Cusack, Linda Hamilton, Laura Dern, Brooke Shields, Gina Davis, and Kirstie Alley were also considered for the role. Jack Nicholson, Gene Hackman, Al Pacino, James Caan, Alec Baldwin, John Travolta, and Michael Keaton were also considered for the role of Jack Travis. Also considered for Lorna until Rene Russo was offered it were Madonna, Jodie Foster, and Michelle Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer had played Mel Gibson's love interest in Tequila Sunrise, while Foster would go on to do so in Maverick and The Beaver. Roger gives his son shaving advice about going with the grain. While apparently unintentional, this advice underscores his generational disconnect with him, which is displayed in the "Word, Nick" line earlier in the film. Unlike most of the razors of Nick's generation, the old-fashioned safety razors that Roger would use had the tendency to dig in when shaving against the grain. Riggs eats some dog biscuits in order to stop smoking. In The Road Warrior, Mel's character eats a can of dog food in order to survive the harsh Australian outback following a nuclear war. Dolores' jelly roll comment to Murtaugh seems benign to most viewers. In fact, it originates in the 1920s with musician Jelly Roll Morton, who adopted the nickname as a reference to his sexual prowess and who used the term in one of his more risque songs. The term refers to female anatomy. So she puts the jam. Murtaugh puts the jam in her jelly roll.
Yep, that's awesome.
The only Lethal Weapon film to feature a scene which takes place at a sporting event, this being the scene at the hockey game. In the first and second films, Murtaugh's gun is a 6-shot Smith & Wesson. In the third, he also uses the Smith & Wesson, but when serving as a patrolman, he uses an automatic. Overall thoughts, TJ?
It's a fun film. You can see as the series goes on, it's getting lighter and lighter, and more and more with the humor. Still, the action's about the same. They bring in the villains are becoming more American, but yeah, it's just getting lighter because I mean I guess at this point, you know, the higher up into the 90s, you're getting the desire to make more high budget films, because earlier in the game you had like your Death Wish, you know, your Charles Bronson movies, you know, late 70s, early 80s. That's the stuff that my grandma watched. So now we're getting away from that stuff. The Steven Seagals, we're getting away from those, and now we're getting into these big budget, you know, Lethal Weapons that would eventually transcend into these big budget summer popcorn movies that will become these Will Smiths and then the Marvel movies. So Lethal Weapons started that, you know, to me. That's what I'm saying.
And we're about to go into, thus far, if they come back for the fifth one, it will be the longest, but we're about to go into the longest gap of time between films. 2 years between the first and the second, 3 years between the second and the third. And now we're going into 8 years, or not 8, 6 years between the third and the fourth. But Chris Rock is going to be in the next one. Joe Pesci comes back. Rene Russo comes back. Jet Li will be in this next film. So
it was hot for a period.
It was. And then we will rank them.
Yes. Always got to rank them. Y'all, we like lists. I like lists. Got to have a good list.
Now, not this year. Maybe next year. Not in our July thing. I want to keep it more an action film. But you know what movies we need to watch?
Talk about it.
All of the Rocky films, including the Creed films. You're talking about 9 movies right there.
You have not said that. Look, I'm down because I'm a Rocky head from way now. That right there is something I would love to dissect. And then the Creeds, there's 3 of those.
Correct.
With preparations to make a 4th. So yeah, that's an amazing series there. So please bring those on. And fans, if there's anything that y'all want to watch, let us know.
All right. I've been working on it. Subscribe right down there. Hit the notification bell. Folks, if we've been stuck on the same number for a long time, but I'm trying to work on some things. Like I said, I'm only one man, and trying to keep some content up there, breaking up, trying to do some shorts and all of that. But tell your friends, tell your loved ones,
tell them,
subscribe,
watch
it, put on an episode, keep it on in the background, write a comment. The algorithm loves that.
Listen to us while you wash dishes. That's what I do. I wash dishes and I listen. I listen to us while I'm playing games. It's fun. It's good background noise to because we give the juice. And the juice that we give is worth the squeeze.
Ooh.
You like that, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. And we're back.
We've got some big things coming up. I've got some stuff I'm going to talk with TJ about once we go off, but I think I figured out a lot of different avenues for us to go down. So we're going to do all of that. But TJ, one thing, because I know that you have access to this person. Now, I have not gotten all the way there yet. I've seen the extended clips and stuff. I'm trying to work my way through it. It's on my list. But if you see Howard, you're familiar with the character of Howard, right?
Yeah. I
don't say this lightly, but I feel that Howard did see something. I feel like Howard does know something. Now, I understand that he was high.
He was.
And you got to watch it, folks, to see how high Howard was. Howard was high, but I just have a feeling in the depths that Howard knows something.
The episode is out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I encourage you, if you don't know, Daddy's Little Girls, the series on YouTube. Vanta Black Television app as well. As of today, the entire first season is up on Vanta Black Television. But if you want to watch it for free, you can go on YouTube, and I think the first 3 episodes are up on YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, Howard knows some things. So.
I had that feeling. Like, I didn't want to say Howard was a liar. I would never.
I don't want to say what Howard knows, but Howard is a gifted storyteller, and don't sleep on an addict. That's what I'll say. Don't sleep on an addict.
Mm-hmm. So what else is next for you, TJ? What you got to plug?
I guess I can help Highbrow. No. Because I can't do the plug right, I'm going to wait. I'll plug them the next time I come back. I need to make sure I plug my people right. So, Daddy's Little Girl, the series, I know I can plug them right. Daddy's Little Girl, the series on YouTube. All one word. Plug it in. It'll pull it up. Subscribe. Watch those episodes. Come back. Let us know what you think. Maybe we'll do that on here as well. Good times.
Good times, and we'll have some behind the scenes stories, I'm sure.
Hey man, I got to get another artist corner, man. Joey's been reprimanding me about my behavior on Baby Kangaroo. He told me, look, I told him I wanted to be on the show Mugshots, He said, "You want to be on mugshots, you got to get back on the artist corner." I said, "Baby, let me get on Bathtub Baristas." He said, "You want to be on Bathtub Baristas, you got to contribute with the artist corner." I said, "I gave you movies, baby." He said, "What'd you do for me today?" I said, "All right, I got you." So I'm gonna get the creator, either the creator of Daddy's Little Girls or the director. I'm gonna get some of the performers from this show, and I'm gonna get them on the artist corner. And we're gonna get back on it after I come back from my little spell off, man. So it's happening. It's happening, man. I got you. No problemo. So as always, man, I appreciate you, folks. If you want more from me, all you got to do is follow that man right there. He is on my left-hand side. So subscribe. Give us the opportunity to go live because I will fart for money. You don't know what I'll do. And we'll have a good time, man. Good time.
1 year, as we're recording this, 1 year ago tomorrow.
It was.
That we got fart for money. But they had, like, there were other people like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm from this. What are you doing? It's happening there." This one person just said fart for money, but did not like say, "Hey, I'll pay you 20 cents per toot."
And what they did not know, I would have, if you say 20 cents per toot, I would have got it. I would have got about $2.25 right there. You know, just gotta let me know what's going on.
So look, folks, patreon.com/babykangaroo-media. You can sign up and become a free patron, and there's a lot of stuff on there for you.
Yeah.
There are notes, there are green rooms there for you. This month's July's Super Show entirely for free.
That was a great show, man.
Mug Life, not Mug Shot, Mug Life. But that's just TJ. That's TJ's thing. He runs with it. I'll just let him run with it. But it's usually entertaining. Mug Life episodes for free on there. The newsletter that I put out is on there for free. All of that for free, but just $5 a month. Overall, counted it, TJ, and we're going up this weekend. 40 pieces of content up there for just $5 a month.
Can't get a pizza for that much, Joey. I went to the Food Dog the other day to get a frozen pizza.
Okay.
Not even a hot and ready. Because a hot and ready is not even $5. A hot and ready is going to cost you about $7. I wanted one frozen that I would have to take back to my home and put in my heat. And I couldn't even get a frozen one for $5. Joey, you giving it to them better than frozen.
Better than frozen. Else ain't got nothing on me.
Else ain't got nothing on you, Joey.
And if you don't
build a snowman.
So look, an underrated catchphrase that they have in this film, I'm gonna use it right here. Go spit if you think you can find a better thing on it, because Danny will give it to you now.
Go spit.
Go spit is what he says. All right, but TJ, thank you as always, my brother, and we will talk to you all next time with Lethal Weapon 4.
Quattro.